most tech firms that we speak to, or most fintechs in the market, are probably 3 years into their journey, raised a huge amount of money, but they're using that funding to completely rebuild the tech stack. And some of them are 3 years old and they're already on their 5th or 6th iteration of the technology. None more so than most of the lending platforms that we see in the market. We built ours from enterprise technology perspective from day one. We don't need to worry about rebuilding our tech. We can let loose on innovation and R&D and new deployments, upgrades of the existing platform. You can fail fast with the components that you're delivering, the microservices, yeah, fail fast with that and build something that doesn't work. But if the underlying architecture doesn't support the customers that you're aiming to sell the tech to, you will never get through any of their procurement processes. I don't think many of the companies have experience in selling B2B software, so they don't understand what it takes to get through a bank. They don't have the patience, they don't have the ability to co-invest when they recognise that a big opportunity is coming their way. And they certainly don't have the people and the processes in place to support what the bank demands of them. You need to have in place secure, beyond secure cloud infrastructure. So you need to understand exactly what is required from kind of code as security. We can advise banks on security now, and we can advise banks on their migration to the cloud. You need to go a step beyond, not just match what their requirements are, actually educate them on the new requirements of the new market. You need to have the ability to support legal requirements, because you as a fintech are grossly exposed when you're dealing with a bank. What happens if they pull the wool over your eyes and steal all your IP in the process? As a tech provider, we need to have the capabilities and the maturity to have a legal team that protects both us, and in the event that we fail, protects both our customers as well. And then you've got to catch the cycles of these banks and catch them when they're investing. Most of the banks that we speak to have 3-year, multi-million-dollar transformation budgets, which fintechs can get very excited about, but there's no way that they're touching them. You need to work really, really hard to unpick even a tiny amount of that transformation budget and almost work towards the next phase where even 3 years down the line, when that transformation has come to an end and been a roaring success, you're actually thinking about the next model, the next business model that the bank needs to build towards. Because guaranteed that 3-year transformation program will not deliver what the bank requires for the next 10 years. They will just go into the next 3-year budgeting and transformation cycle with the large incumbent suppliers. Trade Ledger's model is slightly different. We chip away at things. We push the platform in and then suddenly start to chip away at different use cases. And over time, over that 3 years, we don't ask for a multi-million-pound budget. We'd love it, but we ask for small investments, small incremental investments that change the business over time. And if you think about technology being the saving grace of everything, you've gone into it with the wrong presumptions. You need to be prepared as a business, especially in enterprise sales, with what we're doing, to change both the technology, to change the people, and to change the processes. And if you don't bring them along with you, you're going to experience blockers at every stage of that sales process. And people are naturally going to be wary of what you're trying to deliver into the bank. So go in small, build up your capabilities, build up the knowledge. I think if you think you've said something once and it's gone in, say it 10 more times before you think they understand it. And that's probably a good starting point to your first use case. Innovation platforms to me are a great entry point into key contacts. Sometimes they're not even that. They're great exposure, and it's something that I think as a technology provider or a small company, banks want to learn from you. So definitely ride that wave and get exposure. We can go straight in at the CEO level within a bank because we're a fintech, because we're changing the business model, because we're being disruptive. But are they a way of getting into a bank and getting an enterprise deal done overnight? No way. Absolutely no way.